Okay, so I need to make room for what's going on in here. And so this pipe is going to come over in this area here somewhere. So I'm going to cut this pipe out of here first so that I can get some space. I've got my Sawzall here with a diabolo blade, and hopefully this will cut it quick. Alright, let's see. Okay, good. I scratched it, but I didn't screw up the oil pan, so that's good. Alrighty. I guess I'm gonna have to take this one in 2 steps because I can't get to it otherwise. Okay. There. Okay, so now I need to get this one here. And there's nothing behind, nothing up there. Nothing but nothing. Alright, there we go. Okay. To figure out what the position on this is. So let's get this cleaned up a little bit down here. All right. And here you see the crossover pipe going to the left side of the exhaust system. And I'm fitting the Y pipe in there onto the flange and then to the right side and to the left side, trying to make sure that I have a good dry fit. And then I'm going to tack all the pipes on 3 sides, and that'll make it stable so that I can remove it. I have it all bolted up in place tight, then I remove it, and when it's tacked in 3 places, it is stable and won't move. And so there you see it before I tacked everything. And so I was just kind of budging things around and making sure the fit was good. And you see how much nicer it fits up into the oil pan. And also it makes it so you can remove the transmission without having to remove the exhaust. So this is looking inside of the collector back by the flange. And there's the 2.25-inch pipes coming in. You see at the bottom there that ridge or rim of the pipe sticks up about 1/4 inch. So I took a Sawzall and I cut 4 lines, 4 cuts into it, and I bent them down using a C-clamp, and then I welded them and then took the grinder to them and smoothed them out, and I got rid of a big blockage, and they're getting rid of that 1/4 inch lift in the pipe. So there you see the new pipe versus the old pipe, that ridiculous mess of extra pipe and turns and 180 degrees, and so much nicer, such a better design. You can get the transmission out without having to remove the exhaust, and very happy with it. It sounds a little bit different. There's definitely a upward shift in torque and power. And there's one of my welds on the joints. Not the best welds, but I make do. So anyway, let's get back to the show here and see what happened. And this is it. That is the new Y pipe. And there you can see the difference between the new pipe and the old pipe. See, the old pipe had this came up to there, and then shot down, came back around, did a 180, combined here with that, and then back to the flange, which is at the end of the pipe now. But this is supposed to be a very big improvement on flow characteristics, and everybody that has installed this Y pipe conversion has said that there was a very noticeable amount of increase in power. So I've been working on it and getting it all prepped up for the last couple of days. Cutting, fitting, a little bit of cussing and swearing. So there you kind of get an idea. Here, let me do this. Okay, so that is largely pretty much how it used to be, and now it's like that. Okay, let's go stick that in and see if it was worth the couple $100 in a couple of days of working and welding and figuring and frustrating and making it happen. And yeah, the metal, I've got a lot of splatter on it. Not the prettiest welds in the world, but they'll work, they seal. For some reason the flange was the hardest part. I don't know if it's like a dissimilar alloy or something, but so yeah, anyway, we got it all. One other thing I had to do too was on the inside of the flange, I had to the bottom there where you see the welding, that was sticking up, and I was just looking at how that was going to be a blockage. So I took the Sawzall and I cut slots into it, and then I bent them each over and then welded the seams back up, and now it conforms to the curve. It doesn't have a lip that sticks up anymore. So okay, that is it. Let us make it happen. Bigot so number 1. And here we go, boys and girls. Oh, excuse me. I have finished. So you can see the headers up top. Very quiet. There's the oxygen sensor with anti-seize on it. The flanges from the exhaust are nice and tight, they fit well. There's the front side header. Welds look a little bit like chicken scratch popcorn. It's kind of the metals were, I guess, dissimilar or something, but anyway, I got it all welded up. So here is the flange. There's the catalytic converter back there. Here is the Y. That Y is kind of a thing that is a big power boost. There we go, there's the Y. So it goes from 2 2¼ inch pipes into 1. So the ride height is equal in all 4 corners. And there's the right side oxygen sensor, and the bolts up there, those are hard to reach. There's no room to get to them. So anyway, so that's it. I'm very happy with how it turned out. There was a definite change in performance when you get rid of that 180 and put on this Y. So I have definitely got to clean out my truck now after all of this stuff. I got tools in here galore. Let me show you the engine compartment now. Okay, so I also painted my bumper and grill. That is metallic stainless, and I still have to paint the headlight bezel on both sides. That's the old color, that's the new color. I think the new color is way better looking. Okay, so there is my pure power alternator, 250 amps. So that's going to be quite a nice thing for the truck camper. That'll give us all the power we need. And hang on, let me pause this for a second. I got to clean the lens. All right, much better. So see the manifold, no signs of leakage at the front of the crossover tube. Remember, the back of the crossover tube has the back of the heads. I welded the coolant passages shut, so those will never leak again. Back here you can see the close. Adapter on the back of the head, which will let coolant, it gets rid of the hot spots in the head. I've got these heavy duty red industrial hoses for all the heater stuff. The intake manifold is 3/4, this is 5/8. So I have this pressure gauge here. You can see the pressure sitting right around almost 5, and when you get going, you can see that your water pressure goes up to 20 at about 3,000 RPM. And so that's why I've got the heavy hoses, and then also why I put so much work into sealing the crossover tube in the front and rear. And if you want to learn more about that, I've got videos already up for that explain the whole process. You just have to watch and learn. There you see the other red hose going to the crossover adapter on the back of the left head. Same thing on the right head. They meet in the middle, and they come forward to where that air is. And what happens there is you have the water coming from the heater core. This pumps to the heater core, this returns from the heater core, and that feed goes to the return tube to the water pump, and the water pump is right there under the fan pulley. And so the coolant adapters on the back of the head, they come up from the other side and connect to the key there, and those are being drawn into the water pump too. So we have lots of coolant moving through the heads and all through the engine. And what else we got? So we got the new high volume Melling 176A HV oil pump, the Melling timing chain tensioners and chain guides, the Gibson headers, the 3.5-inch cold air inlet, adapted to the factory stock manifold. And what else we got? I think that's probably pretty much it. Let's walk on back here. You can take a listen to what the exhaust sounds like. It's nice there are no leaks coming out of the pipe I welded. Always a nice thing. So you can see nothing but water, steam. Very, very clean running truck now. It sounds good. And of course, here are the rear 6+1 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the one on the bottom. Then I have the Firestone airbags. And that is a NAPA. It's supposed to be a stainless steel muffler, but it sure isn't looking like it's stainless. Rancher 9000 shock absorbers. And these are the front springs. See, they're 3-leaf, 2,950 pound rated. The rear ones are 4,400 pound rated. And then again, Rancher 9000 up front. I've got the big sway bar. They got a big rear sway bar too. Sway bars make this thing handle really well for a truck. I still have to install my ditch lights. Those are really good for when you're going down forest roads and you want to see what's to the right of you or to the left of you that is in the dark because your headlights don't shine over that way. There's those headers. So I am really looking forward to getting the camper loaded on and taking a trip and seeing how this thing runs with the camper and what kind of monitor it is. The left one. Ranchos. That. And the header. Yeah, this engine sounds just great. Look how smooth that thing is. No vibration, nothing. Just a smooth purr. All right.